What's going on, Pokemon trainers? Welcome to episode 67 of Gotta Watch 'Em All, the podcast bringing together trainers from every corner of Pokemon fandom before watching along with an episode of Pokemon the series, starting all the way back at episode 1, but today we're going to be watching episode 67, Lights, Camera, Quack-Tion. You heard me. Quack-Tion.
Quack-Tion.
Today is Friday, May 31st, 2019. I'm one of your hosts, Ken Pescator, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle. Adam, what's up?
That's me. I'm quacking up a storm.
You are quacking up a storm. How you feeling, man? Are you finally recovered?
I'm finally recovered.
That's good. That's good. I was feeling bad for you. It was like going on 2 weeks.
Dog allergies.
Well, I guess you can't escape the allergies, but at least you're not like sick.
Yeah.
Little housekeeping really quick. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/gottawatchemall, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And I want to give a huge shout-out.
Join in.
And I want to give a huge shout-out to our show supporter tier patrons, Brittany J, Matt M. Pitts, Terry, David, Chris Sidney, Bacon L, The Noise, Harry, PokeNavBot, Purple Pancakes, Dem Gears Be Bangin', and the new supporter of the week, Lady Goobly Meat. Thank you so much for your support. And also a huge shout-out to John, Gabe, and Lewis for joining at the Discord tier. And of course, we cannot forget to send a special thank you to Jessica Pfeiffer, our Elite 4 patron. Thank you so very much, Jessica. We appreciate your support.
We need 3 more, though.
Yes, we got to round it out.
Make that Elite the 4.
Yes. All right, on today's show, we're going to be breaking down the Pokemon Business press conference that happened. This was a doozy. It was a lot of fun to watch because it kind of had this triple translation going on, English, Japanese, and Mandarin. So it was like absolutely out of control to watch and very entertaining to see how things could be broken into English, which is really funny. We're going to take a dive into Tag Team GX cards from Unbroken Bonds. We've talked about these a lot, and now we kind of, Pokemon put together an article that shows all the multiple arts that are available for some of these tag teams. So we'll break into that. We're going to discuss the latest products from the Pokemon Center. Detective Pikachu is crushing it at the box office. Still there, I'd imagine this thing's still going to be in theaters for a couple weeks more before fizzling out, but it's really putting up some big numbers. And then we'll finally watch along with Pokemon the Series, episode 67, Lights, Camera, Quack-Tion. All right, let's break into this press conference, Adam. Did you get a chance to watch this?
I didn't actually watch it, but I've read everything that there was about it.
Yeah, so Pokemon.com aired this.
You're like, disowned.
No, dude, it was a very short thing. They did it in the style of, I was expecting something like a Nintendo Direct where it would be very structured, and do have someone speaking and then it would be pre-production and then it would cut to a video or something like that. They almost did this like a press conference. I mean, they heralded it as a press conference, but that's really what it was. It was a stage show, podiums, microphones, people coming out and speaking, and it was only about 15 minutes long. So it happened really, really fast. But all this info coming from Pokemon.com. The conference was on the 28th, 6 p.m. Pacific time. They announced a whole bunch of stuff, and we'll kind of break down what they talked about here. So one of the biggest things they talked about was Pokemon Home. Pokemon Home is kind of an evolution of Pokemon Bank. This is really neat the way they're doing this. Now, we don't know much about any of this stuff yet, but Pokemon Home will be a hub world, kind of the center where Pokemon Bank can attach to it, Pokemon Go can connect to it, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and ultimately Sword and Shield. All these games can connect to Pokemon
that's
Home.
Fantastic.
The only two-way street is Pokemon Sword and Shield, which if you're used to using Bank, you understand that's really what it's used for, to bring Pokemon into the most current game. But what makes this unique is within this home, within the world, it's going to be an app, and you're going to be able to trade Pokemon in the cloud through the app at any time. And the app is going to be available on smartphones and on the Switch. So if you have Pokemon from Let's Go and you bring them into home and then you leave your Switch at home and you go somewhere where someone else has the home app on their phone, you can trade Pokemon within home and then ultimately bring that back home and transfer that Pokemon into your Sword and Shield game, which is awesome. And this gives a lot more value to all those Pokemon that you have in Pokemon Go, where before you could just bring them into Pokemon Park into Let's Go, then you would catch them in Let's Go. Now you can actually take those Pokemon, bring them into home, and then bring them over to Sword and Shield. So a little bit more flexibility there, but the ability to cloud trade, I think, is absolutely awesome.
Fantastic.
And this is going to be
very needed.
A slight workaround for a situation like my son has, where we can't trade in Pokemon Go because he has a kid account. Now he'll be able to bring Pokemon into home. I'll be able to trade with him through home. I can't bring those back into Pokemon Go, but at least I can interact in the trading, in a trading sense with him through home. Now, we don't know if this is going to cost any money. Pokemon Bank is $5 a year. So I'd imagine this is going to be free to download, and then maybe you have to pay for the features. I don't know, but if it's anything like Bank and they charge $5 a year, I mean, I don't think there's any problem with that or anything. But and it's launching early 2020, so this is going to be coming relatively soon, probably first month or two into 2020. So pretty cool. I like the fact that they're allowing Let's Go to also connect with this. If I could be that needy person, I wish there was two-way communication with Pokemon Go, because then it would give a little bit more flexibility with trading, so that way you could trade remotely with Pokemon Go. But again, you can still do the trading just within home. But what do you think of the service, man? It's pretty cool, right?
I'm excited for it. I can't wait, honestly. And if it's $5 a year, I mean, it's more than worth it with one trade.
Sure.
Or one transfer from one game to the other. It's definitely needed, and I'm glad that this is so they don't have direct, hey, here's Pokemon Go to Shield and Sword. It's
right. There's a bridge.
Hey, here's home. Yeah, I like how they did that.
And because it's an app, there might even be more to it than just the trading aspect. There might be other stuff you could do. Who knows? More details will come, of course, but. I don't know. I think it's a really cool concept, and a nice little cloud evolution of Bank. I mean, because the thing with Bank was you still needed your 3DS. You know what I mean? You still had to have that device. Now all you need is your phone. So as long as you have your phone, you're gonna have access to all those Pokemon that you've moved into that home space. Pretty cool. Pokemon Sleep. This was as I'm watching this press conference, right? There was many moments that you couldn't tell if it was satire or not. There was so many moments where I'm like, wait, are they kidding me? Is this a joke? Pokemon Sleep is an app, a game, I don't even know what you want to call it, where they're trying to bridge the gap between sleep and entertainment. So using a device with an equally ridiculous name, the Pokemon Go Plus Plus. What a name, by the way, which is... I don't get it, but it's a larger looking disc Pokemon Go Plus that will function like a Pokemon Go Plus for Pokemon Go, but it also has a gyroscope in there that when you sleep at night, you put it on your bed, and it will measure and record some data based on, I guess, your sleeping patterns, sleeping movement, send that to your smartphone, and then there'll be some kind of metric or analytics tracking in the app, which will then result in some kind of rewards or something. So they're trying to...
So let me get this straight. What you're saying is, if I have a restless night and I can't sleep, and I'm shaking left and right, and I'm rolling around trying to get comfortable and doing this and doing that, just plain can't fall asleep, and I'm playing my Pokemon like Let's Go, Eevee, and Pikachu with my 3D, with my Switch, and I just shaking around, and then eventually I fall asleep.
It's
will I get more rewards, or
I think you'll get less.
Just a dead sleep, if I'm just in a dead sleep, don't move at all. Why wouldn't you just put it on the counter next to you or on your bedstand?
Because I'd imagine that it's going to require some kind of movement. You're never going to be completely still, even if it's just your breathing. There is going to be some kind of something, a sensitivity that it'll pick up.
Somebody will put it on a fan or something.
They'll come up with some kind of
to register.
But based on what we know about this will probably be the most difficult video game I've ever played, because if it's the goal is to get a good night's sleep, I'm going to be the worst player of this game ever, because that's just not how I roll. I'm going to be terrible at this game.
It's like you wake up and every day is like the rewards for Adventure Sync.
And you're also going to be able to store a Pokemon in it, like the Pokeball Plus. And I believe that there will be a speaker in it, so it will make noises based on the Pokemon that you have inside of it. Also, it would be cool if they added some different Go Plus functionality to it, where, like with the Pokeball Plus, it did the auto spin for you. Maybe they'll do something where this will auto spin and auto catch. Who knows? Maybe they'll do something like that. But the device looks cool.
I just hope I can set an alarm in Pokemon Sleep, and when it goes off, it's like Delibird yelling at me.
I don't know. In true Nintendo fashion, I mean, and this actually wasn't even a Nintendo thing. It was a straight Pokemon Company event. They don't give much info, so I'm sure much more will come soon on this. But it was developed with Niantic, so it's cool that there's that tie-in. And we'll get to it when we talk about Pokemon Go, but they kind of released this companion update with a snoozing Snorlax that kind of go hand in hand to promote this. So only Nintendo and the Pokemon Company could come up with something to take, what they did with walking in Pokemon Go and apply that to sleep. So absolutely bizarre, but I really love it. Next, we had Pokemon Masters. This is the DNA title that we've been talking about. We were saying, hey, this isn't Rumble Rush, which was the Umbrella game. This is DNA, so the company that made Fire Emblem Heroes, Mario Kart Tour. This is a fan.
Hold on, hard stop. They have a missed opportunity because this should be called Pokemon To Be a Master. Just like the album. The first album.
The thing is, they call it Pokemon Masters because you're going to be able to engage with all the previous gym leaders from all the previous games. And I believe Brock and Misty are going to play a prominent role here, but all of the old gym leaders are in there, and you're going to be able to battle them. And it looks like some kind of turn-based battling. It looks like some kind of 3 triple battle where they show like a battle happening and Brock is on one side, Misty is on the other. It looks like Pokemon can learn up to 4 moves potentially. There's a really cool animation that Brock rips his shirt off and does like a Z move. It looks awesome. The color palette looks great. I can't tell what kind of game it is yet. I don't know, like, is it going to be just like a glorified gacha game? I have no idea, but I
hope it's not. Imagine if it was like Magikarp Jump and it was just tapping.
No, see, but because there was like visible move slots, I think it'll be a little bit more RPG. I just hope that it'll be engaging. I hope it's more than Magikarp Jump, but not.
But why are they doing this? If they're releasing Pokemon Rumble Rumble U
because
or whatever.
Well, the thing is that Rumble U is its own little thing. It's not a full-blown like Nintendo published title. You know what I mean? It's
but they're also giving us Shield and Sword's coming.
Right.
They're giving us Pokemon Sleep. They're giving us Pokemon Home.
Bro, Pokemon is blowing up, son.
We already have Pokemon Duel.
Oh,
do we really need another game to like battle? Like what?
I don't know.
Just add the gym leaders to Pokemon Go, and then everybody's happy.
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be multiplayer. I don't know what the deal is. I have no idea. We have very limited information, but graphically it looks fantastic. The music seemed really cool. I really like the look of it. We'll just have to see what the heck this actually is and what kind of gameplay we actually get out of it. But it looked pretty sweet. I just hope that there's a little bit more to it than something like Magikarp Jump, and I think they will because Fire Emblem Heroes has for basic gameplay has some significant depth. They also brought out the president of Toho Corporation. Toho is the company that distributed Detective Pikachu film in Japan, and this was one of those hilarious moments where things are kind of lost in translation because he's also responsible for the the Godzilla film that just came out, which I actually just got back from seeing about 5 minutes ago. And in the middle of this Pokemon pitch, he kind of says, "Oh, and by the way, Godzilla comes out in theaters. Please go see it." And then they cut back to the president of the Pokemon Company, and he's like, "Thank you for bringing up something that has absolutely nothing to do with Pokemon, Detective Pikachu." And they just move on. It was like the weirdest thing lost in translation. It's really funny. It's really, really funny. So check that out. But ultimately, new Detective Pikachu title is going to be coming to the Switch. It's not going to be a direct sequel. It doesn't necessarily look like a parallel story. Who knows? But they're saying that it will conclude in a different way than the film. So the film was loosely based on the original 3DS game. This will be loosely based, I guess, on the movie, but it'll end differently. And again, another little snide remark that came off kind of weird, where he was saying, don't worry, it'll end different, as if they kind of didn't approve of the way that Detective Pikachu film ended. It's kind of weird. You have to, take a look. Let us know what you think of that. Oh, and then finally they promoted Pokemon shirts. We talked about this maybe 6 or 7 episodes ago, where in Japan they had this really cool custom website where you can go on and build these dress shirts, and they had all 151 Pokemon, and you can go from something like really outlandish to they have this ridiculous Lickitung design that you can cover the whole shirt in, to doing something really subtle like just the inner fold of the cuff or your collar or the pocket had a nice, Pokemon pattern. You can make it real subtle. That's now coming to the States and Europe. So you don't have to worry about ordering, a custom shirt through Play Asia and having all that stuff screwed up. You're going to be able to order direct.
To just up my whole entire wardrobe.
Bro, they're hella expensive. Hella expensive.
Yeah, I know.
But they're good quality shirts. They're tailored shirts. You'll be able to.
For my birthday and Christmas,
If I pool all my gifts from the year, maybe I can get a nice button up. But the press conference was really cool. You can watch the whole thing on YouTube now. You can watch it on Pokemon.com. But check it out. A lot of cool stuff going on, and it's really cool to see how the Pokemon Company has kind of loosened up a little bit, because you have all these weird things happening and all these third parties involved. It's just a really cool direction. I'm really excited for the future and for 2020. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's just growing. It's not going to stop.
I know. The train never stops. All right, Adam, why don't you break down some of these Unbroken Bogs
oh my goodness.
tag team cards?
We're, from Pokemon.com, we've got Pokemon Tag Team GXs, and there's 3 artworks for each of these GX tag teams, and I'm like, I was so confused at first, because I'm watching a stream, and I was watching Azul and Andrew Mahone, and just watching, and I'm like, okay, they're playing with Muck and Alolan Muck, and it looks totally different than the one that I have, or the full art that I have. I'm like, what card do they have? It's not in a tin. It's not, I don't understand. But apparently there are 3 different ones for each Tag Team GX, which is the coolest thing.
Yeah, it's really cool. Two standard arts and 1 full art. And some of them you're going to be able to get within the sets. Some of them you're going to have to get in specific, releases, like a special box or a tin or something, like the Reshiram that we'll talk about will come out in with a figure collection. So you're going to have to go outside of the box to find the boxes that these things are going to come in if you want the alt arts. But I've always said from the beginning, I love the direction of artwork that they've gone with these tag team cards. So the fact that there's alternate arts makes it really cool, because if you want to swag out your deck, you can kind of, get creative with it and have a pretty unique looking deck.
Or what people do is they add all 3 different ones just to screw with your opponent. Like, oh, I set something different down. And that's what I don't like about these. Like hyper rares. If you had an entire deck full of hyper rares, and you're like, oh, hyper rare this and hyper rare that, it's like, I don't know what all these cards are.
Yeah, it's cool, but they
carry
a theme. But what makes them neat too is it's different artists. So the look of the cards really changes from card to card, which I really like.
Which is really noticeable in the Gardevoir and Sylveon GX. I mean, the full art's nice. It's kind of basic. It's very pink. And the other normal art is also very pink. But the one towards the end looks like it's something from the Shiny collection from way back when. And it's kind of, there's just no color to it. It's all almost like
it's like
gold.
Muted.
Yeah, it's very muted. So it's like the only thing pink is the fairy energy costs on the card.
Yeah, so to definitely take a look at the link that we'll put in the description so you can check out the art for yourself. I know you said you didn't really like the Charizard Reshiram art that we had talked about a couple weeks ago, but looking at some of these, I love the solid color backgrounds of the full arts. Just, it stands out to me. I just love the way these look. So definitely take a look. Let us know what your favorites are, because there's some good ones here. I love the Muck. The Muck and Alolan Muck, they're like coming out of a manhole in the street. Oh, it's so cool. I need that card.
Yeah, no, and it's funny because it's kind of like a nod to Team Rocket, the set with Grimer first appeared in, or well, no, not first appeared because he was in Fossil, but when he appeared in Team Rocket, where he's coming out of the manhole
Yep.
and kind of like looking up.
And now both of them are coming out. Super cool.
Right. How cool is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was a cool nod.
So definitely check it out. Let us know what you think. We got some new goodies coming over at the Pokemon Center.
Dude, a freaking skateboard?
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff this time around.
Yeah, a freaking skateboard.
I like this Mewtwo set. What are they calling it? I think they're calling it just
a
like
freaking skateboard.
The legendary code. It's a legit deck too. It's a legit board. I don't know who the actual manufacturer of it is, but the artwork on it is fantastic, and this is something that would be really cool to hang on a wall. And they take that same artwork and they put it on a t-shirt and a hoodie and a playmat, and it's really rad. And then there's some a bunch of other stuff. There was a new gallery figure with Greninja, some new pins, some graduation stuff that they do every year with Pikachu in the little graduation outfit, which is really cool. And
a skateboard.
And a skateboard, Adam. Yes. We'll have to get you the skateboard.
I'm sorry, guys. I just, this is so exciting.
And one thing I noticed here, which kind of flew under the radar a bit, how we were talking about last week with the pre-releases, where it was exclusive that if you went to the pre-release, you'd get a nice little pre-release kit. You would get, the box came with 4 boosters, the evolution pack, and, a foil stamped card. So they have that for Unbroken Bonds here, but they're not calling it a pre-release kit anymore. They're just calling it Build and Battle Box. So I think that this means that the pre-release kit that will be at retail is just a normal retail staple now, and they're just going to call it Build and Battle. So you're still going to be able to get that same pre-release foil stamped card at retail every single time. They're just branding it a little bit differently. So
yeah, I think this probably has to do with like retailers having excess amount of stuff, because I think retailers have to purchase the pre-release kit.
Sure. Well, also if the pre-release only is relevant for a little bit, if they're saying, hey, this is an Unbroken Bonds pre-release kit, and then Unbroken Bonds releases and they're still sitting on the pre-release kit, it could be harder to retail because it's no longer a pre-release thing. It's just a normal release. So I think that might be why they changed it. But again, you hate that random foil stamped card, the 1 of 4 foil stamped cards, which is pretty cool. But just a little weird side note to mention here. Let's see what else we got here. Detective Pikachu. Did you ever go back and see this thing twice?
Yes,
you did.
Yeah, I did. I went and saw it with my raid group.
Oh, nice.
And there were some tears. There were definitely some tears. And it was funny because at the opening scene when they're like the Buffalon, somebody was like, even my mom went and saw it, and she's like, "Oh, look at Tauros," and my brother's just like, "No, it's Buffalon." Buffalon,
You're such a noob, Mom.
Right? It's like, I love you, Mom. Sorry.
No, but as of the end of May, the domestic total was well over $100 million. Now, remember, this thing had a $150 million budget. The worldwide total, and this is a couple days ago already, $312 million as of last week. So this movie was an absolute success. It's still crushing it. This came from boxofficemojo.com. I'd imagine that before this thing leaves the theaters, it'll probably be a worldwide, $350 million film, which is fantastic. And that only means that they're just going to continue to go with this, continue to make more, and I'm all about it. I want more. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to watch Pokemon the Series Lights, Camera, Quack-Tion. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Hold up, everyone. Are you ready for a sing-along? Slowpoke in a reggae style. Pokemon. Come in. Slow.
And we're back from our break. Thanks so much for that. All right, we have our Amazon Prime queued up. We're going to be watching Lights, Camera, Quack-Tion. This originally aired in Japan November 5th, 1998 as episode 69, and originally aired in the States October 8th, 1999, and we are watching this as episode 67 as laid out on Amazon Prime Video. Okay, Adam, let's start this puppy up in 3, 2, 1, play. My son has been watching Sun and Moon, the new series, and he's been getting really into it, and it's so hard to stay away from. Like, I want to watch it, but
No, it is. Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. I don't want to. I don't want to. It's been looking so good lately.
I just want this opening and intro forever. No, but I know it changes, so.
You know,
don't have high hopes
the
for
Sun
it.
and Moon song has really grown on me a lot. When it first came out, I was like, I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but I like it a lot now. But, I mean, come on, you can't go wrong here. Even though there's that random girl we just saw. It's never in any episode.
Yeah, that's Trainer Last. Didn't you play the original TCG? They're like, we had to find a spot for her anyway, so let's just make it last. All right. But man, all those shiny Pokemon cards. Oh, I'm so excited.
So, whenever an episode starts with battle music, oh, look at how they shot this. There's like, you see how there's like multiple layers here? I love that. We kind of talked about last week how
excited.
there was like a different look. That might be the fastest time from the beginning of the episode to a title card.
Probably. Oh, look at the giant Poliwhirl that was on that time. Oh my god. Oh, Brock and his food. Where? Like, how did he make this chili? That's a giant pot.
Guess I made it too hot.
Next time, make it chillier.
And they already ate it?
Look at Togepi's face. I think Togepi had the chili too.
I know, it looks like exhausted.
Oh, anime girl.
And I'm a Pokemon breeder in training, and it's very nice to meet you. And by
Oh,
the
I'm
way,
so
what's your name, and
thirsty.
Do you have a boyfriend?
Let's go, Romeo.
Do you have
Let's
a
go
boyfriend?
bury
Like,
that
what?
chili before somebody
Bro, he's cutting right to the chase here.
My name is Katrina, and I'm a Pokemon trainer who's looking for a good battle. Why don't we skip all the small talk and get right to the fun?
Yo, I like her.
Go!
She's like, hey, let's battle. I'm looking for
She had a cool throw too. That was a cool throw, the way she threw the ball.
Right, you, huh? This battle's gonna
Yo,
be
Pikachu's
really
looking
awesome.
determined.
Pikachu!
Like, did Ash ever say yes?
Well,
Or did they just, like, go into it?
their eyes locked. So a lot of things happen
I like how
really
it's a
quick
bug now.
in this episode. So
For a network news flash.
episode starts, they hit the title card so quick. Brock's immediate thirst, and
Trainer
then
comes on
Team
scene.
Rocket's in the episode within like the first minute.
Raichu is bad news for you three crooks. Raichu, Thunderbolt attack.
Yeah, damn. Look at Pikachu. He's just standing there.
And, like, yeah, I know, but they, like, Team Rocket, you know if you're going after Pikachu, that he's gonna Thundershock you. Why is that not a...
You remember they had
Why
like
is that
the
not
rubber
like
suits?
a rubber... Yeah. It's almost like they were asking for it there.
So this is kind of the premise of the show unraveling right here with this movie director.
That's the money shot.
And it's like,
That's the money shot.
Prepare for trouble. No stunt double.
like how...
Second, aren't those hour lines?
I don't know. It's like a fourth wall break almost.
Devastation.
This is great though.
Restore spectacle and imagination to make great epics of hate and love.
Yeah, because he's making their motto his own.
Cleavon Spielbank.
Cleavon Spielbank.
Golden Growlithe for best director at the
Well, like obviously he's never
The Golden
seen
Growlithe,
Team
but that's
Rocket
an
before. He
Arcanine.
doesn't know their motto.
Call action or prepare to fight.
Right? And he's saying he won the Golden Growlithe, but, like, that's an Arcanine. I can't get over that. Sorry.
Crazy cartoon shows. Mr. Spielbank, you're my hero. You directed my absolute
That is the
most
weirdest
favorite
shot
movie
of
all
Brock
time.
ever.
I saw what you ate last Tuesday.
So I saw what you ate last Tuesday. Like, you know, that's like a nod to the, you know, I know what you did last summer. I guess that movie is that old. I'm that old that I
what you
remember
mean.
that.
Yeah, so what's a famous movie director doing in the middle of nowhere?
So I do think it's funny how they just got shocked, Team Rocket, you know, but now they're all just kind of chilling out, conversing. Well, I guess because they have a chance to be movie stars, so that's going to trump any battles or Pokemon catching.
In first grade, I portrayed a worm who lived inside a rotten apple.
And they're trying to work him. They're trying to get...
I'm only using
Oh, it's shiny Team Rocket.
Look, their eyes look like his glasses.
Wow, you're making a movie with just Pokemon?
It's a love story, but it's also got lots of action.
All right, so does anyone else think that's
It's
weird?
a love
A Pokemon with a movie with just Pokemon, but it's a love story.
My film will be
Wigglytuff.
Wigglytuff.
Everyone's like, really? Wigglytuff is what you pick?
If that's the star, it's gonna be a
And Meowth has one claw out.
He's pointing. This is pretty funny, actually. Get it, yeah.
Oh, double slap.
With a double slap attack, that's
I think we've seen Wigglytuff before, right? Or is this the first appearance?
I believe this is the first time, because we've seen Jigglypuff and Clefairy fight each other.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Or maybe Clefable, that's what we saw. Oh, Brock and Meowth both get double slap.
Takes one to know one.
Huh? See how they're just like hanging out together like that? I thought that was a little weird.
Yeah.
And Abra teleported off the set. So now I have to find another Pokemon actor.
Abra teleported off the set.
Well, look how everyone's so. Look at Brock. Look at Brock. Like, how come Jigglypuff just never goes in the
pops his head
Pokeball?
Out of nowhere.
He's so sneaky.
I think you're too young for the part, Togepi. Good luck.
Togepi will never grow up.
Well, it grows to a Togetic. And a Togekiss.
The first name and star.
Now, I like, you know, as a kid watching this has got to be pretty cool because it's a fun kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, they're all auditioning in a movie. Like, it doesn't matter they're rivals. It doesn't matter that they were just battling or stealing.
Look at his fingers. There are no fingers. It looks like he's wearing a mitten. The director was wearing a mitten.
And what is this song?
Right? This is in To Be a Master.
Is it really?
Yeah. The journey's just begun.
I know, Adam, by the way, if you don't know, Adam listens to that CD like every day.
Yep, it's in my car. This song just gets me jazzed, you know?
But, like, how do they know these choreographed dance routines? Like, weren't they just about to battle? Pikachu and Raichu, now they're dipping each other?
Yep.
Yo, Psyduck has the moves.
Okay, that's just a tail.
But I've narrowed the choice down to these 7 Pokemon.
Look
Pikachu
back at it.
and Raichu.
See, look, his hands, they're just mittens.
And Arbok and Weezing.
And where's the director's hands holding the megaphone?
Vulpix and Psyduck. Awesome.
And the odd number.
But not least.
Oh no, I'm blowing my big break. I better dance.
Don't blow it, Meowth. Don't blow it, Meowth.
I choose.
He's doing the Macarena.
I don't know what Hitmonlee's doing.
Oh, his eyes.
Ew.
Don't lick the
It's kinda
director.
gross. It's like you got the part, dude. Or actually, you didn't get the part yet. You got made it past the first cut.
Hear you sing.
You gotta pick do re meow.
Meowth's just got a little ukulele.
No, it's Jigglypuff.
Oh no, the Jigglypuff.
But like, put Jigglypuff in a ball, man. Why leave him out? He's always messing things up for everybody.
Oh, I love all the tents. They all have Pokemon on
I
them.
love when Togepi sleeps. It like turtles into the shell. Who's the dude in the hammock?
Little tent.
Well, you did it to yourself, bro.
Oh, it's a Ho-Oh. No, it's definitely a Pharaoh, but
Our faces.
Yeah, Wigglytuff's got like a little mustache. It's so funny.
People, or whatever, you must sing with Wigglytuff to win this role.
So this is pretty funny too, because obviously Meowth is going to have a little bit of an advantage here because Meowth can talk. But clearly Wigglytuff is not having it.
Wigglytuff does not like Meowth at all.
He's more tough than Wiggly.
Sing your snaky soul out, Arbok. This could be your one and only shot at stardom.
Work those windpipes, Weezing.
It's like, well, what do you want them to sing, man?
Did they even like sing anything?
No,
Why
they
didn't
couldn't
just
even
beat
make a
them up?
noise. fired.
How
You don't even have a job yet, but you're fired.
Pokemon to star in your lousy movie.
Arbok, Weezing, let's teach this hack a lesson.
Where did Arbok go?
I love this, by the way. Like, they didn't get the part, so they're, like, immediately ready to attack him. Yeah, they're bent out of shape. They're upset.
They're taking this pretty hard.
They're down.
We won't forget
Togepi's,
this.
like, finding so much,
We know you're
like,
talented.
joy in their misery.
Hey, don't leave me here with that wiggly
Meowth has a giant black eye. A bunch of band-aids.
Yo, Wigglytuff is mean.
Well, I guess that's show business.
Oh, he's got fingers now.
Yep.
And a
Gets
mitten.
slapped by critics and co-stars.
Yo, I love Psyduck so much.
Yeah, everybody just walks away because Wigglytuff's too hard to work with.
He's an artiste.
Since Psyduck's the only Pokemon left, Psyduck gets the part.
Man, Psyduck wins by default. I love how everyone is shocked, even Psyduck. Oh my gosh, it's Pikachu!
It's Sleepy Snorlax.
Oh, what a gross snore.
You did it, Psyduck! Now that you're gonna be a celebrity,
Is this the first time Misty has ever, like, shown affection to Psyduck?
Maybe it's not dumb after all. Maybe Psyduck's just acting dumb.
No, I think he's
Ready to
dumb, Brock.
begin setting up our first big scene. Mr. Spielbunk, how would you describe this movie in one word? Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Let me give you a little preview.
I love this part.
He's already got like
I
a
know,
picture
the
framed.
storyboards.
Two love-struck Pokemon. As the movie begins, Wigglytuff and Psyduck have just started going out. Psyduck brings Wigglytuff home after their first
It's
date.
like-
Psyduck serenades our heroine under
Like,
a full moon.
as a
It's
10-year-old, like,
smooth
that's gotta be
sailing
hilarious to
romance
hear this.
But their feuding families and friends want to drive them apart. We love each other so.
I like how
Why
it's
can't you
family
give
and
them
friends,
love?
but it's like all the
Then
same type
heartbreak.
Pokemon.
As a stray arrow heads straight for Wigglytuff.
Oh, no.
Duck, duck. Psyduck leaps
Oh,
in the
no.
arrow's path in the nick of time. But Psyduck has been mortally wounded.
Well, yeah, he just took an arrow to the head, bro.
In Wigglytuff's arms. The tragedy
It's
brings
sighed
the
its
two
last
families
sigh.
together
So
and their
the
feud
the
ends
obvious
fast.
spin here is almost like this Romeo and Juliet kind of story,
It'll win tons of
love
awards
story
and
between
clean out the
Psyduck and
box office.
Wigglytuff. So
That story doesn't sound original.
Misty calls him out right there. It's pretty funny.
Oh, I want to see it again.
I'd be honored to work on
I want to
this
see it
movie, sir.
again.
Me too. I'll do it for free.
That's the best. I'll do it for free. It's like, you hack.
Use some help.
Really? Oh,
Well, yeah, he's gonna say yes. You just said you're gonna do it for free.
Mine too.
Okay.
He's like, well, one person said he was doing it for free, so all three of you don't get to get any
Lucky
money from it.
day, is it?
They won't feel so lucky when they see their new
So-
co-star.
Arbok.
You know,
You too, Weezing.
like, look, they're still bent out of shape. Even Meowth is still pretty upset.
Tell me you two are still moping.
Oh my god, look how sad. I like how they only make the little wheezing head crying.
But the movies chewed him up and spit him out like yesterday's popcorn. Snap out of it.
Get over it.
Oh yeah, that's really nice. When they're feeling down, you smack them in the face.
It's a very long climb up the stairway to
The beatings will continue until morale improves.
You'll never reach the top
Gotta
unless
get
you keep
their,
on climbing.
It may mean
spirits
years
up.
of rejection, but if you keep on trying, you may just see your name up in lights someday.
Inspirational.
See, yeah, he's trying to inspire them here
Hey, watch
with
out, world,
visions of
because these are the
grandeur.
stars of tomorrow.
It's messed up though,
Or did
filling
they
their heads up.
Now,
But they
take
didn't say
your
anything
places
from
for the
you.
last scene.
But you're just getting started.
I always shoot the ending first, so I know
Look
how
at
the
Psyduck's
story
eyes.
turns out. Okay, set up the cameras over there in the field. Now I want to see both you families battling like you were really feuding with each other.
And are Pidgeys really that big?
It's a Pidgeotto.
Was it a Pidgeotto? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. I thought it was a random extra.
Big confrontation, and I want emotion.
No,
Quiet on
that's the
set,
star, yeah.
please. Okay, let's fire up those lamps. Let's
I like
go,
that. That was a cool
Oh,
little
that
touch.
that is Pokemon abuse right there.
No, they're
They just have
working.
these floating magnemites.
Okay.
even the Krabby.
Well, they're all being forced to work for free.
Water gun attack!
Yeah. It goes from being like a solid stream of water to a perfect spray of rain. Look how happy they are to attack.
That's great! Start the battle now!
Hey, look, it's Buffalo.
This is where you two make your
Look,
big dramatic entrance. Are you ready?
Taurus.
Sorry. This is their big dramatic entrance. They just walk right up to the pile. Yo, double slap. Huh?
I didn't ask for a smoke effect. What's
And I like how
going
it goes
on?
from
Who
dark
did
and
this?
ominous to bright blue.
Prepare for trouble.
Look at the reveal. It's perfect.
Feature, that is.
To protect the world from devastation.
To unite all peoples
Team
within our
Rocket was
nation.
built for
Announce the evils
the
of truth
movie
and
screen.
love.
The best.
Extend our reach to the stars above.
Jesse.
Jane.
Team Rocket.
Yeah, I love it. They're like just vying for position.
Prepare to fight.
What?
Ruin the movie. Drowned them. Okay.
Drowned him?
Ground him.
Oh.
It's like drown them. That got really dark.
this took a turn for the
Should
worse.
I stop rolling?
You can keep rolling and start rolling.
Huh?
Come on, follow me.
Oh!
Like, when I saw that part, I was like, what were they thinking when they wrote that? Like, why would they even jump into that fray?
And I'm training to be the world's greatest Pokemon master.
Yeah, like, right? And then they just jump into the battle with all the Pokemon.
Me as the world's most beautiful
Oh,
and
nice
talented
booty
Pokemon
bump.
trainer.
I'm Brock. Hello, ladies.
That was
Hi,
one. The
Brock.
Brock thing was
Hello,
brilliant,
ladies.
but two, that was a perfect opportunity for when Misty said something to the camera for Ash to take a dig. He totally missed it.
Me out, steal the picture, along with all the Pokemon on the set.
Pikachu!
Vulpix.
Psyduck!
Pikachu, you've never had an
You
issue.
even know the right way to get kidnapped?
Psyduck.
And as the movie ends, the bad guys are the winners.
Proving once again that the ones with the best special effects always win.
But this isn't a movie, so let our Pokemon go!
Ooh.
Psyduck, you're the only Pokemon left, so you've got to rescue the others from Team Rocket!
You have to do it, Psyduck. Can you imagine leaving like you put all your faith in Psyduck?
I don't care what kind of attack you use, as long as you attack with something!
And Togepi's just laying there all happy.
Do something quick! Running around in circles isn't gonna help anybody!
Just keep yelling at it, Misty.
Actually, it is gonna help, Misty. You clearly don't know your Pokemon. Look how stressed he is. I love that animation too.
Is she getting ready to punch him? I saw the fist.
The evil eyes of doom. I love their hair. Like, look how awesome that looks. That should be the I'm gonna make that the thumbnail.
Whoa!
Just magically they all come out. Okay.
Guess that's a
Now it's like,
Script flow.
it's funny. Like whenever Psyduck does attacks, like he's never been taught anything. It's like, but look how powerful he is. Why? He just like blasted
gonna
off an
vault
entire
him?
crane into outer space.
Psyduck?
Boom.
I like that. That's fun.
Psyduck's dead.
He's dead.
Well, we've never seen the red
Look,
eyes.
it is a love story. Alright.
Psyduck, you were the big
He's
hero.
happy. See, he was happy there for a second because he knows he's being cared for.
Let's hear it! Hip, hip, hooray!
Oh, that'd be a good thumbnail too. It's
Ah, yeah,
change.
that's a good one.
I don't know what I'm gonna use as a thumbnail. There's so many good ones here.
Glad I thought of it.
Look how derpy
Look at
Pidgeotto
Gyarados
is.
is like a glum face. And Pidgeotto just whoever drew that just didn't do a good job. How fast can you put Pidgeotto in this?
Do his eyes have to line up?
Training for the Pokemon
Yeah, give me 5
All right,
minutes and
so
his eyes will light
so
up.
Ash just brought up here, which I really like that he brought it up. He said, I'm supposed to be training for the Pokemon League, but I got sidetracked again. Thank you, Ash, for addressing that, because this is supposed to be, you know, like Rocky 1 with all like the chasing chickens and punching meat and all that stuff, training for the Pokemon League, and you haven't done any of it. Slacking. Slack off.
I'd sure love to star in that movie.
Brock would be great.
It's a tough job. The actor I choose will be sworn by
It is a love story. Look at that.
I can handle that.
And so Ash and his friends have learned that making
Like,
movies can be lots of
they
fun.
really don't touch on the fact that Wigglytuff and Psyduck are actually chilling down by the lake by themselves.
Right? And they're not the same Pokemon species, so like, does that happen?
Will you stop moving around? I gotta breathe, don't I? Talk about a cliffhanger.
Prepare for trouble.
With no stunt double.
They're just stuck on a cliff.
I like that. Prepare for trouble with no stunt double. Pretty funny.
Go away. Pikachu's jukebox
So,
is next.
again, one of these pick up and place anywhere type of episodes, but I like that they did at least acknowledge that fact, because they usually don't, and it's just like, you know, flavor of the day, happily ever after at the end. But, I don't know. What'd you think?
I mean, there's a lot.
That's your review?
Yeah.
My review is it's a lot.
My review is it is a lot to take in. It is a crossbreed with a love story of Psyduck and Wigglytuff. I'm just stuck on that. I'm also stuck on the director's hands were like mittens.
No, I thought it was cool because you saw so many different Pokemon. Like, this might be one of the highest counts of Pokemon species in a single episode, because there was probably, you know, 15 on screen at one time. Too? But I don't know. It was okay. Not great. I really just, you know, 67 episodes now. Like, just battle already, please. And not with Team Rocket. Like, let me see some trainer battles. We almost got one.
And yeah, it started out like strong. You were like, yes, all right, sweet. She's like, let's not waste time.
And then cut.
Throws out Raichu, and then, oh, just kidding.
All right, I got a booster. You got a booster?
I do have a
booster. This is going to be my first Unbroken
first?
Bonds booster. I'm very excited.
Ooh,
I'm very excited.
I got Unbroken Bonds too.
I got a green code card. All right, I'm going first. Here we go. Poliwhirl, Gloom, Dodrio, Rattata, Goldeen, Diglett, Slowpoke, Litten. My reverse is a Spritzy. And my rare is an Alolan Dugtrio. Oh, lame.
Oof.
Please do better. What do you have on Broken Bonds?
Yes.
Please do better. Redeem me.
All right. I got a Clefairy, a Poliwag, an Ekans, a Drowsy, a Pikachu, a Porygon 2, Ultra Forest Curtain I don't know. Golbat. My reverse holo is a Slowpoke. That is cool. And my rare is a holo Landorus.
All right. Well, at least you got a holo. I still need tag team cards. Like, it's got to happen. It's got to happen for me. I refuse to buy a la carte.
We're due for something.
No, you got some good pulls. Didn't you get like a Blastoise last week or something?
Yeah.
But I'm due.
Yeah.
I'm due. Maybe next week.
You're due.
Next week. But that's pretty much going to wrap up the show, guys. Thank you so much for checking us out. We'll be back next week with another episode. But in the meantime, please visit GottaWatchEmAll.com for everything that we're doing. Leave us a review in iTunes. You can email us, info@GottaWatchEmAll.com, or leave us a voicemail, 732-835-8639. Adam, you got anything else?
Yes. If you made it this far and you would like to enter our monthly drawing for a free booster pack, don't forget to put that in the comments of every one of my Insta boosters for the month, because that starts by the time you hear this. There should be one for Monday. So yeah, just write
that's
hashtag
on Instagram.
Insta booster. That's on Instagram.
Yes, yes.
Not Facebook. I don't look at Facebook.
Yes, so just Instagram, hashtag InstaBooster on Adam's pack openings, and yeah, you can win a booster. You can enter up to 4 or 5 times sometimes, depending on how many Mondays there are in the month.
And don't forget that I will be sending out get in contact with the 2 winners for this month and last month. Because I still have
Holler.
those 2 send out.
All right, cool. All right, everybody, thank you so much for checking us out, and yeah, keep training, trainers. We'll see you next week.